Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is November the 23rd, 2020. Strong thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, only the beginning. This is where the big boys play. Buying over crying. Don't FOMO on alts, but we can talk about alts though. 5-digit realm, value your wealth in Bitcoin, but we can talk about altcoins and why some are, well, I think Ethereum is better than gold. I've been seeing it for a while, and I think you can agree with me now. Apex Predator is Bitcoin Day. We're one day closer to an all-time high. I'm offended by selling. No, don't ask me that question. Should I buy Ethereum now? No, I'm just going to be talking about the mania that is obviously surrounding it, and there's some reasons why. Okay, hello, my elite friends. How are you? If you have questions, I have answers. Type in BitcoinMeister or do a super chat. I want to start this by talking about last night's show. I have an assignment for 50 men out there, 50 men out there, okay? YouTube is not being good with distributing my videos at all. We know that already, but last night was a prime example. I have all these people subscribed to the channel. They don't know there's a new video. The video last night was Beyond Bitcoin show. I'm talking about MGTOW stuff. I'm talking about a controversial thing that involved trans people. And I think that didn't do it any favors. But this is what you need to do right now, okay? And I can tell if you do this or not. Just click on the link in the notes that says last night's show, Sunday's show, or go to disruptmeister.com and just click. You don't, I mean, do me a favor here. That's a way you support your show. You click on it, you let it play. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to play it at 2x. Just mute it and let it play in another browser if you need to, okay? Again, the algorithm messes with me. We've been messing with the algorithm by leaving comments in the videos and me replying to it, and that's been a lot of fun. This is another way to mess with the algorithm. And really, I need 50 people to do this. And I can tell if 50 people will do this, okay? And if I can't get 50 people to do this, it's really simple. You click on it and it will help things. And I mean, I mean, that was an hour of my time last night. Come on, people. It was a good freaking show. And maybe because I said certain words, it doesn't get distributed properly. And I don't care about the 80%ers out there. I want my people who subscribe to the channel to actually watch the show. Now, unfortunately, I have to admit that many people who subscribe to my channel are algorithm slaves. They only watch what's served up to them. And I think that's pathetic. So I'm telling you, don't be pathetic. Actually watch what I create, not what YouTube tells you to watch of mine, okay? And I'm not asking for Bitcoin. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for you just to do that simple thing. Click on a link, let it play. You don't even have to listen to it. I think you should listen to it. But all right, that's the first. So that's my fifth, and and I said it's a 50-man task, a Bitcoin task. It is a Bitcoin task because it is a Bitcoin. I mean, it's the Bitcoin Meister's video. It's the Bitcoin Meister's channel. I am a guy who's a Bitcoin firster. The way YouTube works, it promotes like the lowest common denominator, okay? It promotes what's going to keep the 80%ers watching, okay? And that's going to be the most mindless stuff. That's going to involve altcoins. That's going to involve flipping and trading and all this impulsive nonsense. And again, my video last night is not about being impulsive. It's about long-term thinking. It's about not fitting in. It's about the current events that are going on and how, we got to put our feet down. So we're put our feet down in the cryptocurrency space too. And if you do what I say, it will. Other people will find out about this channel that only find out about nonsense now, about the ridiculous ego coin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's play with the algorithm so it thinks that more people care about Bitcoin, that there are more 20%ers out there watching YouTube, because they're not a lot of 20%ers. I mean, it's the 80-20 combo is probably 90%, 80%ers watching YouTube at this point. And my podcast numbers are as great as ever, So it just shows you that people need fancy sets and graphics at YouTube. I suggest all of you that have a brain actually listen to podcasts. Go over to sportsmeister.com also, whatever. But I know, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are just addicted to the YouTube algorithm, and you need to see things. And okay, that's your personal business, whatever, dudes. Good luck. Now, pound that like button, and moving away from that. And yes, please don't be an algorithm slave. It's just this, in today's world, the slavery all around, the volunteer slavery. People volunteer their minds to slavery, their bodies to slavery. That's what yesterday's show was about: locking yourself up in a panic prison, in locking yourself up in volunteering for a re-education camp. All these people out there who are scared are volunteering for a re-education camp. They lock themselves in their house and they let the TV tell them how to think. Now, Bitcoin dropped to $18,000. Isn't that funny? Someone was talking about, people were disappointed because Bitcoin dropped. It was 18,700 or so, whatever it was, and then it dropped below 18,000. Oh my God, scary stuff. By the way, again, if you want to watch Sunday's show, I just put it in there in the chat, so you can click on it right now and just let it play. Let it play, and just let it play when this is playing. Okay, just we're messing with that freaking algorithm. So Arthur says, Arthur, you got to type in BitcoinMeister, but I just happened to see your question. Do you think if Tether goes down, all the value would just flow into Bitcoin? Yeah, yes, and incredible. If that ever were to happen, and people would start to get word like, oh my God, there's a problem. My Tether's going to be worth nothing soon. What's the easiest thing to do? Cash out into fiat? No, that's hard as anything. You're gonna run into Bitcoin immediately. So yeah, a Bitcoin, a Tether crash, which I am not expecting or predicting or anything like that, would benefit Bitcoin a great deal. And I've talked about that in the past before, but okay. So we're going to talk about Ethereum here in a second, and gold. And yes, still, another thing you can do, all you chatters, is leave comments under this video and Sunday's video. I mean, some of you just like to look at hot women. I talk about hot women in the show on Sunday. I actually posted a photo of me with a former, with a hot woman. She was, when I knew her, she was hot at least. And I failed to attain her properly, but you can watch the story. Watch the show and you'll understand. And I mean, they were there, and I told a simp story that I just heard. Is one of the most pathetic simp stories I've ever heard in my life, is on yesterday's show. Play this at 2x, people, if you don't want to hear all this, me describing yesterday's show, and you already watched yesterday's show. I was right about holding Ethereum over gold, okay? People, I've made either 1 or 2 or 3 shows. I can't even remember now. I made like 1,900 freaking shows at DisruptMeister.com. I don't know how many I've made where I've said I would rather own Ethereum than gold, okay? Ethereum actually does something. Ethereum, I can turn into Bitcoin into 1 second. Gold, I can store Ethereum easily. Ethereum is the next Ethereum. Gold, you got to lug around. Tomorrow I'm going on a plane. I could bring the freaking Ethereum on a plane. I'd be fine. I couldn't bring the gold on the plane. TSA would be, oh, what's this? Why do you got gold nuggets here? Oh, and again, I'm only flying to Baltimore tomorrow. Oh yeah, and I'm flying. Oh, all you little Karens out there, I will be on the plane. And yesterday I was shaking hands with people, bare hand. Oh, you screaming Karens! I'm living my life. There is no new normal for Adam. It's just the golden freaking age. Pound that like button. And yeah, I did my sprints earlier, got them out of the way. I can't wait to get this show out of the way because I got to clean this place and cook some beautiful food. We got, yeah, this is real man's food, right? Right? Yeah. The people are talking about soy or whatever. What is this? This is meat. Good meat. All right. No. And seriously, you need testosterone. But yesterday I was talking about testosterone also. Women don't need testosterone. Yes, that was on yesterday's show. So, yeah, going back to Ethereum, and it's pumping. Not a shock. I am you can call me a Bitcoin firster. You can call me whatever you want to. You know that I value my wealth in Bitcoin. I only buy Bitcoin with fiat, okay? I only use fiat to buy Bitcoin, okay? I only buy Bitcoin, all right? I'm a Bitcoin guy. What is it, like 90-some% of my portfolio is Bitcoin, and the other, like 1% or less than 1% or whatever is because of things in the past. People sent me stuff, weird things, okay? But I'm not, again, I'm stressing this. I'm not telling you to go buy Ethereum, but people are buying Ethereum. And Ethereum, I've messed around with the DeFi stuff. And we talked about the Ego coin, Saturday's show. Check out Saturday's show. That was great too. And This Week in Bitcoin was also awesome. But Ethereum is the gas, as you were, is the power. When you're doing DeFi transactions, you have to spend Bitcoin, you have to spend Ethereum every single time. If it's built on Ethereum, which most DeFi is, I don't want to get into the other nonsense that's not built on Ethereum. Okay, I don't give a darn about it. But DeFi is growing, okay? A lot of people were a little impulsive. They thought, oh, DeFi is going to die now. No, it's still growing. It's going to be bigger than the ICO freaking thing, okay? What's going to power it? Ethereum. People are buying Ethereum now. Everything you do on Uniswap, you got to pay Ethereum. Every single freaking transaction. Every single transaction when you send one of these ICO tokens, or not ICO, DeFi tokens, it's the same thing. Built on Ethereum, you got to buy Ethereum. Okay, people are using Ethereum. It's legitimate. It is legitimate. You can deny it as much as you want to. You can hate Ethereum as much as you want to, but they are buying it because they use it. At the same time, for these things, and you can say DeFi is nonsense. Okay, DeFi is nonsense, but the only way you're going to play around with DeFi, you got to buy the Ethereum. Okay, it's the gas. So since the start of, and this is something I sent to someone, since the start of this run, assuming Ethereum can pull off everything it claims in the transition to Ethereum 2.0, I have assumed that it will get to at least 0.06 Bitcoin, probably more. The other major factor is the DeFi craze, which I have been saying is far from over and will surpass the ICO's reach. Lots of these DeFi coins rely on Ethereum, and to move them around involves spending Ethereum. People need to buy Ethereum if they wish to participate in the projects, so that boosts its price. And this is basically what I just said. But as for all the other alts pumping, newbies want the next Bitcoin. Some Bitcoin holders are probably Ethereum holders also, and they just can't sit on their paper profits, so they are gambling on altcoins. So a lot of people are asking, well, why is Ripple, why are all these other ones pumping now? Yeah, Bitcoin people, they see their paper profits, and they just can't sit. They're impulsive, so they buy this other stuff, including Ethereum. So, yeah, I mean, we've seen Bitcoin has fueled altcoin rallies before. We're seeing that again. It's no shock, but I do want to point out that this Ethereum thing at $600, whatever the heck is that, it's still got a ways to go, dudes. And people are very excited about them pulling off the 2.0, transitioning to proof of stake, and I don't think anything will go wrong. If something went wrong, that would be bad. Then my predictions are out the window. But I thought, when it was 2% of Bitcoin, it's gotta get back to 6%. Okay, it's gotta triple from that low, and it's probably gonna be more. It's probably gonna be 8% of a bit. There's gonna be a mania around it. You can already see the mania building. We've gone over this also before. There are a lot of Silicon Valley types. They want to be in the next Bitcoin. They love a cryptocurrency that does things, that just isn't a store of value. I mean, you could say Ethereum, in a sense, is an entrepreneurial type of a platform. You can build a lot of, you could be a cryptocurrency entrepreneur, make your own ICO on it, make your own DeFi token on it, okay? With Bitcoin, you really can't do that. I mean, when Bitcoin's store of value, protecting your wealth. The basic stuff that Bitcoin could do is incredibly important, but Ethereum does some other things, and it is pumping now. It will, I expect it, more excitement. There is a mainstream news article about in Bloomberg, even I linked to below. Bloomberg is writing about it. Does Bloomberg ever write about whatever, the latest flavor of the month? IOTA? No, of course not. Ethereum is the next Ethereum. You can hate on it as much as you want to. I'm just watching it, and I think it's good for the space. I think people will hear about it. They'll get into Ethereum, then they'll get into Bitcoin. It will be an entryway into Bitcoin for some people, okay? I have no problem. I don't like destroying things. I like compete. Let them compete. Let them compete. They're not, it's not gonna, no, Bitcoin will be the world reserve cryptocurrency. Ethereum is not built to be the world reserve cryptocurrency. It's it's an entrepreneurial cryptocurrency. You can do all these projects on it, et cetera, et cetera. And all of the projects that are built on it, okay, they need that gas. They need the Ethereum gas. They need to use the Ethereum. So people have to keep on buying Ethereum to power all this nonsense. Even Ego coin, and this was a big point on Saturday's show. there could be no ego coin in its current form without Ethereum. Every time you send that ego coin, you need to send Ethereum, okay? So you have to own Ethereum. And people are complaining, like, I claimed my free ego coin, but it cost me a lot of Ethereum to do so. Yep, I mean, that's it. That's what's going on. That's the basis. It shows you how dependent these other these whatever you want to call them, coins or DeFi or dudes trying to cult followings, whatever you want to call it, they need Ethereum. Okay, so we talked about Bloomberg, and here's the bottom line. There, if you want to keep track of the Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract progress meter bot, okay, you can follow it below. I linked to this. It gives numbers, 13 hours, now it's less, until the minimum Genesis target, and they are 83% complete in filling that smart contract that will jumpstart Ethereum 2.0, okay? But if it doesn't get there, then the December 1st start date will have to be delayed if it doesn't get there in the next few hours. But they've really ramped it up. It was like only at 50%. Now it's at 83% full. All right, that's linked. If you want to follow that progress meter bot, it's linked to below. I see people are talking in the chat real quick. There's no questions. There's just people yelping in there. Again, I can only see your questions if you do a super chat or you type in BitcoinMeister and spell it correctly, M-E-I-S-T-E-R. Yes, it's really my last name. That is, my real name is Adam Meister. I don't hide, I don't make up like a last name that's after a body part, after an internal organ. Hint, hint. There's someone over Ego Coin, that's not his last name. I don't call myself Adam Brain or anything like that. Although I've got a nice brain, but no, I'm proud of my father, Adam Meister. Why would I change? What a last name, Meister. It's been very good to me. Been very, very good to me. Sportsmeister, BitcoinMeister, DisruptMeister, Hungry Meister, all sorts of wild things Meister's been good for. Okay, now, Adam Pancreas. Yes, why not call me Adam Pancreas instead of Adam Mike? I mean, someone Heart Pancreas. I gave it away. Okay, moving on. Adam Brain, Adam Pancreas here. Let's Adam Liver. Now, and I love, and here, since we're talking about internal organs, all of those organs that I just mentioned, you eat. The people throw them away in America. With the chicken hearts are so good. Now, I've never had a cow brain before or a chicken brain, but maybe one day I will have brain. In other parts of the world, they love brains. They love it. But hearts, and I don't like chicken livers too much, but I love the chicken gizzards. Very good for you. I've talked about this on the Beyond Bitcoin show before. And yeah, I'm going to have some freaking eggs today. Maybe I'll hard boil some of these babies and bring them back to Baltimore because I'm going to be pretty full from the salmon and the meat here. And this is my sprint day meal. Sprint day meal, I have very minimal carbs. These are the carbs I'm having today. That's it. And some greens and stuff too. But these are the only fruity carbs that I'm having. And remember, Adam, the only carbs Adam has are ones that are natural. No wheat, no bread, none of that. None of that. For years and years and years. It's none of it. If you want to be healthy, you have none of it, okay? Except on Passover when you have the piece of matzah, the two of the nights. Okay, that's the one thing. But moving back to this is becoming a Beyond Bitcoin show here. And so Bitcoin shortage. We actually talked about the Bitcoin shortage, possible Bitcoin shortage, on Fridays This Week in Bitcoin show, where we had Andy was on, Andy Edstrom was on, and who else was on? Well, I'll remember that in a second. I have it written down somewhere. But PayPal, people are saying that PayPal is causing the Bitcoin shortage. Okay, there's an article linked to below in the first half, and you know what? I think that's great. I think it's a good thing. We know GBTC is buying it. Also, all these people are buying more Bitcoin that's being produced in a day. Okay, all these entities. So it makes sense. Supply and demand and scarcity. Pound that like button. That is one of my classic sayings. well, it's not that classic. I only added it to the repertoire this year. But scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. There, it looks like PayPal. People have questioned, well, how do we know if PayPal is really going to buy Bitcoin? Because if you buy your Bitcoin on PayPal, you never get possession of it. So they could be lying about the whole thing. But it appears they're not. It appears they really are. And this is only the beginning, as I said. So in the first half of 2021, the features will roll out to select international markets. So if you really believe that PayPal is playing a major role in the scarcity of Bitcoin, if they're going to even play a bigger role, but they're not doing it for the international markets yet. They're just doing it for the United States. And the scarcity, scarcity, scarcity of Bitcoin, well, if PayPal, and surely some of the people that are buying on PayPal, they're such newbies, they're just like, well, I want the cheaper Bitcoin, so I'll get this Bcash and this Litecoin and this Ethereum. This could be helping Bcash, Litecoin, and Ethereum also, PayPal. I haven't heard that mentioned, but it's quite possible. It's quite possible. All right. People don't understand scarcity except for toilet paper. Yeah, they don't even grasp the toilet paper scarcity that much. They're just panic stricken with the toilet paper. All right. Now we talked about. So let's also talk about here. Coinbase, 20 billion. This is Coinbase. A lot of people hate Coinbase, and dude, you don't have to be an institution that allows that needs a custodian and that needs to hire Coinbase. You don't need to be a trader that needs to keep your Bitcoin at Coinbase. You don't need to be a regular person that keeps your Bitcoin at Coinbase. What you should do is keep your Bitcoin on your Trezor, on your storage device. But most people and entities that get in the space, they need someone to hold their Bitcoin. And my Lord, Coinbase is providing that service. They are holding a lot of cryptocurrency over there, most of it being Bitcoin, apparently. But I do assume that some people are, even some of these institutions are diversifying for the sake of diversification too at Coinbase. When you have numbers this high that I'm about to share, $20 billion in crypto under custody. Coinbase sees explosion of capital from institutional investors. Coinbase has revealed that it has an explosion of incoming capital. Its assets under custody are currently $20 billion, $14 billion of which were accumulated since April. $14 billion, all right, that they've taken off the market. Now, again, not all of it is Bitcoin, who knows, but he says we are measuring the fresh capital coming into crypto principally being allocated to Bitcoin in the billions, he described. I mean, fresh capital, new, and a lot of it is institutional, obviously. Week after week, we've seen an explosion of incoming capital. All right, so this adds to the scarcity. This adds to institutions becoming wealthy and no coiners complaining. This is no coiners' worst nightmare. They're just complaining and not competing. And the institutions who, I don't care who buys Bitcoin, okay? My worst enemy can buy Bitcoin. That's the good thing. So that's the beautiful thing about it. So it's leaving the no coiners behind very fast. The guys at Coinbase seem genuinely impressed that it's growing this fast. And no, you don't have to store it at Coinbase. You can actually, buy it over there and then take it off. But who's gonna? People don't like to go the extra mile. People don't like to learn. They like to take the easy way outs. Whatever. And for some institutions, it's very beneficial, the services that Coinbase provides. Okay, do what you do. I do what I do. Go your own way. Be a unique beast. Pound that like button. Okay, let's talk about some clickbait noise that's out there. We're going to rate this. We haven't done one of these 20%er rankings, how 20%er this story is on a 1 to 10 scale. A 1 is like horribly 80%er, and a 10 would be 20%er. Well, this story is a 5%er. And it's like on at least two, and Coinbase covered it, or CoinDesk, and I linked to the decrypt.co version of this story. John Lennon's son, Bitcoin transcends the physical world. So these publications, they have heard Sean Lennon, okay? His name is Sean Lennon. He is a unique person. And he says some interesting things if you follow him on Twitter, okay? And he apparently is into Bitcoin on a certain level. And so he said some things about Bitcoin. So why not write an article about Sean Lennon saying something about Bitcoin? No, he's John Lennon's son. They don't even put his name in it. It's an insult to Sean Lennon. he is an individual. He doesn't go out of his way to be, he doesn't use his father's freaking name or anything like that. But these dudes, in order to cover, they have to put John, dude, if you need John Lennon to tell you about Bitcoin, okay, you're doing this totally wrong. Okay, John Lennon has been dead for 40 years. He has no opinions on Bitcoin at all. To try to get people to click on something, but he's still one of the most famous pop artists in the history of mankind. And so these dudes use his name to get clicks. And John Lennon Bitcoin, it's not John Lennon, it's his son. His son is not John Lennon. His son's a smart guy, an interesting guy. And so what I give it a 5. I give it a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 because it's disgusting the clickbait they use. But Sean is an interesting guy, and I think you can learn. It's cool to see artistic people get into Bitcoin. And he's definitely a unique beast, but it's pathetic the way this guy has had to put up with a lot. I mean, just because he's incredibly wealthy, and he is incredibly wealthy, because his father was a very talented man. He still has gone through a lot in life. All right, when he was four or five, to lose your father like that, and it must be quite a weird experience to be, just trying to be a person. Everybody keeps calling you John Lennon's son. You're always John Lennon's freaking son. So they add to this for clickbait reasons, and I notice I did not put that in my title at all. All right, so that's my little rant on that. And they can do it, but it's mindless. The title is so darn mindless. John Lennon's son, everything. So that's a 5. And individualism is the accomplishment. Okay, collectivism is the default. And that's the saying I think of when I think of that story, because we got a lot of people trying to twist that into a collectivist type of narrative. And he's an individual. He's not just freaking John Lennon's son. My Lord. The Beatles are gone. It's over, dude. You can listen to their records and their music. It's beautiful music, but it's done. New people out there, new things. They're gold. Okay. We're Bitcoin. We're in the Bitcoin realm here. All right. That's it. Pound that like button. I'm going to Baltimore. I'll see you tomorrow late at night, probably in Baltimore. Seriously, check out yesterday's show. I'm just seeing if there were other questions, and leave a comment. It's amazing that crypto noise can even get into like the pop culture realm here. All right, that's it. Pound that like button, and I thank you all. See you. And Salt Lake City's been a lot of fun. Bye-bye.